I suppose the only thing maybe for Galatasaray is we know what they're capable of, Grella, away from home after we saw them in Juventus and in Turin kind of almost throw that away. It got dicey, didn't it? Is it enough, do you think, now to get over the edge at Anfield next week?
It's another 50-50 one. I think they can do it because they have a lot of quality in the team as well. Obviously, if they play the same game away from home that they've been playing, they're not going to get it done against the Liverpool side on a European night. That's going to be impossible. But they have the wide players that are very good. They have Osimhen that can pick up balls up high. He's good aerial. He can create danger like he did today. Again, he doesn't score, but he makes the assist. So it's there. The quality is there. The thing I said that I learned after the game was that the quality difference is not crazy. You know, like Galatasaray have good players. It's just the fact that when they win the ball back from Liverpool, they have to keep it. They have to have moments in the game where they can slow the tempo down, because if it starts going back and forth, Liverpool love to play in those games, and Liverpool will eventually, I think, get the better of them in the second leg. But Galatasaray has the quality to go through. I haven't seen enough in the away form to think that they can do it, though.
But I don't know if Liverpool will feel that they have they're out of this nudge.
Yeah, they haven't enjoyed those nights in Istanbul. Liverpool obviously had one of the greatest comebacks in Champions League history in Istanbul against Milan in the Champions League final. But here's just how they fared against Galatasaray. It hasn't been good for them. But then again, Galatasaray, against all English clubs, other than that one loss to Arsenal, Nige, have been really good.
It was always going to be difficult for Liverpool going away to Galatasaray, and I always favoured Galatasaray in this first leg to get the result, and they did that. But realistically, Liverpool have to kick themselves because they had the better chances, the most clear-cut chances. I talked about Florian Wirtz having to have a big game on nights like this, and he missed two great opportunities to score for Liverpool. Second leg, different story. I'm not going to be with Grella on this one. I think Liverpool get the job done.
I think Liverpool get the job done in the second leg.
I think Liverpool get the job done comfortably in the second leg. And let's not forget, Galatasaray are not going to have any away fans away from home as well. True. So that's going to be a different thing. And we've seen some special nights at Anfield. But I think when I look at it today, it was a great game of football, first of all. It just brought back old school memories for me. It wasn't over patterns of play. Players were making mistakes, but both teams were playing to win a football match. It was a terrific game of football, in my opinion.
How much they pay for Wirtz?
I can't remember the price tag.
Big money, right?
Big money.
Okay,
yeah.
so we understand. Big money. They paid big money, and he starts in this game. We don't show the first chance again. Go back and watch it. He has the chance to dink him. He has a wide gaping goal. The goal is wide open, and he missed that chance. The Champions League, that's what it is. The Champions League doesn't. At the end of the tie, they don't say, "Okay, this team played better. They should go through. Oh, this team is Liverpool. They should go through." No. At the end of the day, if you play better, you create more chances, and those chances, you have to take them.
You have to take them, yeah.
And you buy big money players to take those chances, and Wirtz didn't take those chances, so that's the difference in the night, I think.
$157 million what they paid for him. But overall, like Grella's right, he should have taken those chances. But I just think for me, Liverpool, they weren't super great. Yeah. But the second leg at home at Anfield, I just feel that they're really going to put on Galatasaray.
But 1-1 is a lot different than 1-0.
It's very true. Back home. Let's hear the thoughts of Arne Slot and Ryan Gravenberch. Here they are after the match.
Yeah, 100%. I think at Anfield with our fans under the lights, we need to show them that we can do it, because today it was not enough.
So I hear you saying you've been confident that this one-goal deficit can be overcome. We saw what happened when they beat Juventus 5-2, ended up losing 3-0 in Turin.
Sorry?
We saw what happened with Galatasaray last time out, finishing 3 goals plus against Juventus, losing 3 goals in Turin. So you're confident that you're going to be able to move through to the quarterfinals?
Yeah, of course. Look, we play at home. We play at Anfield. We need our fans, and yeah, then it will be a different game again. Of course, we are 1-0 behind, but I think we can turn it around.
You play over 2 games against each other, and now it's half-time. They're 1-0 up. We can do better. I'm 100% sure about that. But even with the game we've played, we had enough chances to score goals. We didn't, but next week we play at Anfield, and our fans will be so supportive for us, because I think that was today the situation for Galatasaray. They had great support from their fans. It was difficult for us to play in, difficult for another person on the pitch to manage the game. So yeah, let's hope we can create the same atmosphere next week at Anfield.
Thank you. Good luck in the next round.
We'll stay there.
100 games in charge tonight for Arne Slot didn't go his way, and unfortunately for him, it leaves question marks, doesn't it, Troy? If Liverpool aren't turn things around at Anfield next week, and they're sitting 6th in the Premier League right now. Yes, OK, England might have 5 places, depending on who wins the Europa League. They could have even more. But is that enough if he is to make it into the Champions League and get knocked out next week to keep his job?
I don't know. I think he'll always have the fact that obviously they won the Premier League last year as like a bit of a cushion. They've got excuses or reasons, they will say, you know, Isak been injured, so many players been injured, not really had a full team. I don't know if you can, a club the size of Liverpool and where they've gone from Jurgen Klopp to now winning Champions League, winning Premier League, to then saying you're going out in the quarterfinals and you're just about making Champions League, doesn't feel the right thing. So I think he would struggle. I like him as a person. I think he's very honest and he's handled a lot of difficult situations. Just think back to Mo Salah earlier on this year, or twice this year, saying, you know, at Frankfurt didn't play him, deletes all his Instagram, he's had enough. And then I can't remember the game it was where he said that that's the last time he'll play before going off to AFCON. And he's handled things right. I don't think this is a great Liverpool team. And it's interesting because I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about Virgil van Dijk's a great captain. He leads in what he does and he's very good at his job. I think they're missing a Jordan Henderson. They're missing a James Milner. They're missing a Thiago. Somebody that trains every single day at that level and digs people out. I just think at the minute it's quite a nice football team that try and play all the right ways. I just feel, you can't be the way that they were, that was so successful, without having 1 or 2 Nigel Reo-Cokas in there.
It leaves a lot of questions, though. Here's one of the polls that's just gone up on YouTube. Is Arne Slot at blame for the club's woes? 59% of you think yes. Do you agree with that, Nige?
No, I don't think he's to blame. I think Troy made a great point with different factors of players being injured. You talk about Isak. He hasn't helped himself. When Troy said about Eddie Howe, how sometimes you give too much. Arne Slot's been guilty of doing that throughout this season, moaning about how opposition play. Oh, when they play low block, it's very difficult for us. No, your job is to find a way to win a football match. You're a manager, find a way. It doesn't matter how another team plays, whether you like it or not. Your job is to make your team win. So he hasn't helped himself with those type of situations there. And from a character standpoint, Troy is right again, where it can't just be Van Dijk. They need other players in there that they're missing in that sense of being a team dynamic.
Ownership
and everything like that. I think for me as well is realistically, performances haven't been great. Liverpool have not played great football for the entirety of this season. Even at the start, when they were leading the Premier League, we said, this is what champions do, they get the job done. Then eventually they got found out because the quality of the football and the style of play wasn't great. They were getting away with it. They were riding their luck. And now reality has set in. So I think for him, they should go for the Champions League. I think that should really be their priority. Finishing in the top 4, top 5 in the Premier League is not going to be easy. When you look at the run of fixtures, from now on to the end of the season, Liverpool have to be perfect in very tough Premier League fixtures to finish in that top 4, top 5. And let's not forget, they just lost to Wolves 2-1 in the Premier League recently. And there's also a Xabi Alonso standing around there right now, jobless right now.
Keep pushing that one.
I'm not pushing it. I'm not his agent. I'm just telling the reality of it. He's standing around there, played for the club. Fans love him, what he did at Leverkusen. And I think that there's someone that people would look to say, we want his style of football.